What is up, people? I got a chart for you that you are going to love. What do we got going on? We're using Rankos. We're at box 10. We have 1 minute end caps, and then we have a 15-minute zone forming with them. What is the significance? All right, I'm going to show you how to get into these entries, and this is going to be super simple. This was at 307 today, right? So your price is coming along, you notice, blah, 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 comes down, rejects right here, rejects the 1 minute end cap, bear flags, see that, and breaks out. So you enter your trade right there. Your stop loss goes right under that end cap, right, which is under the zone at the same time. And then we're going to just run. And we're going to go 2 entries. We're going to go 1-to-1 on 1, and our runner we're going to let go, right? Where are we going to trail? Well, we're going to take, this is going to be our stop loss. Let me make this yellow so you can see it better. Make it a little bit thicker too. Now watch. We're going to trail up this zone right here, up this zone, and we're going to stop right here, right? And we're going to let price create the new zone right here, retrace, see if we get a bounce off a zone or something and it starts pushing up again. Once price has done what price does, right, back up over this zone right here, we're going to take our stop and we're going to start trailing it up the new zone and a new zone and a new zone. And we're going to keep rinsing and repeating that. So once the new one starts, it's going to go up, right? And we're already over it immediately. So what do? Well, we're going to just go, we're going to take our stop, whoop, and then we're going to trail. Okay, and we get stopped out right there. Your runner would have been 1,283 ticks on this run right here after you hit your 40, right? Now, you can just do this stuff over and over and over again. It's good for trends. It's good for not trends. Watch, I'm going to show you. So here is a not trend entry right here. Okay. So we get our bounce, right? And then we just shove up, and we never really get a bull flag until way up here. But if you notice, your bull flag was right there. So you could have taken advantage of that breakout on the actual bull flag, right? So we would have entered somewhere around here, right? And then our stop loss, where do we go? Right below the zone. And then we go 1-to-1 on our first contract. Our second one we let run, right? And what do we do with our runner? Well, we stop loss, and then we trail this zone, we trail this zone, we trail this zone, we trail this zone, we trail this zone. Look at that. Look at that beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that right there. Okay. And then boom, it breaks up, never sweeps under, goes up. So what do? We just start. Come on, click. Trail. We finally get busted out right there. What does that give us on our, where's my, there it is. That is another 1,400 ticks right there. And let's get into another consolidation thing. 928. Here we go. So we're inside of the orb. This would have been a bounce, but it completely mitigated. So I'm not going to, I can't use it because I can't show you, and I can't go back in time and replay on Rankos because trading view. Now, so this I would consider a bounce. We come up, we reject this, come down, push up, we stay over the beacon. I would enter this. Okay, so that would be my entry right there, right? And then we're gonna go get our 1-to-1, right? And then once we hit our 1-to-1, we're gonna trail. So this one would actually get busted out right there. So your runner would only get 70 ticks. Would only get 70 ticks. But you know, that happens. And that was in kind of chop. So that's the gist of it. That's how easy this thing's gonna be to use this chart if you're looking for scalps. There would have been a zone right here, so you could have taken this one. It just, it got fully mitigated. These are here, like, see how this wicked it and it didn't come all the way through? So this one's not fully mitigated. It's going to stay on the chart. And it did it again right here. So you could take this entry. What do you get? You get a bounce off the zone. You get a bull flag and a breakout, right? And then we're going 1-to-1. So let's go to our position tool here and we'll go 1-to-1. So our stop loss is right there. our zone 1-to-1 is right here. So that is our first contract's closed. And then we're going to trail this zone here as it forms. This will form with price. Boom, 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 boom. Then we get right here and we keep it there, and then it actually bounces off again. You could add in if you want to. We're trailing, and you are trailing these zones. And then you come up to this one, you get your first cross under and push up. So you would come up to here, and then you would get stopped right there. And this would have been a massive run today if you would have caught that, but you know how that was at the news crap. So this isn't normal, but that's basically how you would use this strategy to get into some really good scalps and find those runners. If you want to get the indicator, go to breakouthunter.com and you can get 50% off your first month. All right, talk to you later.